Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. When Melinda visits Gabby in the hospital, she throws the magazine she's reading there out of disgust. This is shown on today's episode of Days of Our Lives. Melinda is reassured by Gabby that she is doing well and will be freed today. That's fantastic, but Stefan wanted Melinda to draft divorce papers, so she brought Gabby chic paperwork for her to sign. But she will decline Stefan's advances if Gabby asks her to. Go ahead, says Gabby. They both agreed that the marriage is ended. She is able to consult her own counsel. In the living area, EJ happily welcomes Stefan, ecstatic that Brady is getting his just desserts. They argue about EJ having another sexual relationship with Gabby. Since they are now divorcing, EJ claims it is all irrelevant because Gabby informed him when I saw her last night. Stefan claims that now that their marriage is gone and revenge sex is useless, he knows Gabby and she won't want anything to do with him. But EJ smirks and asks, if the marriage is really over, why does Stefan care? He's not going to tie her up with someone like EJ. EJ then says that until she takes everything from Stefan, they all have to coexist peacefully. Stefan claims that won't occur. They had a conversation, and he expressed his surprise if Gabby returned to the house, which she accomplishes before he can say another word. EJ sneers at Stefan, calling him colossally wrong. Then he informs Gabby that if she had told him, he would have gone after her personally. Gabby and Stefan are left alone as he excuses himself for being late for a meeting. He inquires as to her well-being. She persisted, but she was taken aback by Stefan's decision to hire Melinda, a business counselor. Gabby imagines it helps that his lawyer would go to the mat for him because she has a thing for him. She has every right to seize the majority of the family's wealth, but as Stefan pointed out, there is nothing left to contend with. She didn't come to visit him, didn't know he was there. She was just coming to get her stuff. She is relocating. Permanently. With that, she leaves a dejected Stefan behind and heads off to do that. Brady is informed by Eric in the SPD interrogation room that Holly is visiting her mother in Paris, even though EJ is trying to poison the teenager in order to harm Nicole. Brady says he is pleading guilty when the conversation turns to his plea agreement. He pleaded guilty, and EJ offered him a reduced sentence of 10 years. It's all right with him. All he has to do is pay for his actions. He claims that having Daniel's heart in his chest makes it feel strange. He wasted the present. But Eric is adamant that Brady can make amends for his actions and still have a future. Although he will always feel guilty, he will eventually come to accept it. After, Eric goes to the pub to speak with his father. He is aware that there is more to the story and that some details don't line up. It's strange that Sarah remembered everything at once, that Xander was at Brady's when Jada arrived to arrest him, and that Brady insisted on not drinking before that. He also witnessed Sarah discussing a secret with Fiona. Is there any way Fiona is related to the accident? Roman admits that it is and that she might have spent that evening with Brady. Eric comes up with a concept. The infant is crying while Sarah tries to grasp one of Victoria's toys at the Kiriakis' estate, and Fiona is looking on regretfully from the doorway. At that moment, the phone rings, and Sarah sobs as she tries to answer it but is unable. She insists that she is failing at everything, so Fiona comes in and helps her out while consoling her. Fiona compliments her on how well she's handling things. Nothing is lacking. Sarah expresses her gratitude to Fiona for her support, along with Xander's, and thanks her for keeping her quiet about it from the police. If she had any doubts that Brady was the driver, she would never have taken that action. All she wants is to be able to recall him. Sarah begs for some alone time with her daughter to show that she can handle this while Victoria drifts off to sleep. Fiona acknowledges and walks away, stopping melancholily in the hallway when she hears Sarah begin to cry once more. Just as Kristen enters Titan's office, Titan snarls at someone on the phone. When will he get Brady out of jail? Is what she wants to know. Maybe never? Kristen warns Xander that unless he frees Brady, Sarah won't get up from her chair. But he doesn't think she's real. Furthermore, he doesn't want Sarah to serve as Dr. Rolf's test subject, even if the potion is real. According to Kristen, it does and is almost ready. Additionally, Rolf gave Marlena, Kayla, Kate, and Bo similar drugs. She mocks Xander, though, when he begs to be brought to his lab for evidence. Freebies are not offered, but he will provide Sarah with clinical data to review. To release Brady, he must persuade Sarah to retract her confession. Either that, or Xander will be responsible if she never walks again. Sarah tells Xander what occurred and how anxious she is when he gets home, but she is upset. I detest it. I was really powerless. She shouldn't have allowed herself to become so agitated. It's a reality for her that there are many parents who manage despite having difficulties. She is powerless to change it. That's not always accurate. She laughs at the thought of a serum from Dr. Rolf and data to review as he fills her in. Is Comic Sans used in writing? Sarah questions why Kristen would assist them, but he is adamant that it is genuine. With a false smile, she asks, "What's the catch?" Xander reveals the catch to her. Pardon me? Though Xander says it must be done before Brady's hearing tomorrow, she needs to consider it. This is a temporary promotion. A few while later, EJ arrives and demands to know the whole story. As he starts to tell them about Brady's plea agreement, Xander interrupts. Meanwhile, Fiona pays a surprise visit to Brady. She needs to admit something. When she showed there, she told Xander a falsehood about being sober. He could only bring her back into his and Sarah's lives in this way. Though they have made her happy, seeing Sarah suffer has made her realize, and at that moment, Kristen interrupts, wanting to know who she is. When Brady presents them, Kristen asks to know why she is there. Fiona gets up, realizes she was ready to tell Brady how delighted she is that he will pay, and bids him farewell. Although Kristen is outraged, she assures him that he will leave quickly. At the end of the show, Stefan and Gabby bid each other a sorrowful farewell. He inquires as to where she is residing, but Gabby replies that Melinda sees her every day and his lawyer should get in contact. They say one last goodbye, each of them fighting back tears. Gabby says, crying now, "Don't worry, Stefan, this will be the last time." She gives him a quick kiss, takes his hand, and turns to leave. Brady encourages Kristen to stop thinking about doing whatever it is she's considering. She reassures him that, rather than harming Sarah, she is actually assisting her. Kristen simply smirks and says, "You'll see," before slipping out the door rather than telling him what's going on. Xander informs EJ that Sarah is no longer sure that her assertion is true. "Sarah, is that accurate?" With virtually clenched teeth, EJ asks. He claims that she appeared to be at the time, but she is unsure. "Yes, but it's not a clear picture. It could have been a dream. Sarah has been taking a combination of drugs, according to Xander." This, okay? EJ asks, "What are they saying?" "I want to take back what I said. She will like hell." Sarah and Xander exchange shocked looks. Days Fiona is in a small bar and is absorbed in her phone. When Eric gets to small bar, he asks the waiter if he knows Brady. That face is hard to forget. The night Sarah got hit, he was getting hit hard for acting like a jackass. Eric is incensed that he allowed someone who was intoxicated to go. "She said she had it under control," remarked the lady. "Who is this lady?" When he shows the man Fiona's picture, she informs Eric that they went out together. At that moment, Fiona shows up, preoccupied with her phone.